Hi everyone, in this short little Vlogmas video, I've just started putting the boxes for the Shoebox campaign into the car. I managed to put together quite a few boxes, about 12 or 13. What I usually do, and you can try this if you like, is that once a month I sort through the girls' room, I put some things aside, actually hide them somewhere. And this way I can find out if the kids miss the things I put away. If they do, I can give them back, but if they don't miss them all year, then it's wonderful because they can be happy to receive the gift. This year, I was really happy that the girls themselves collected 3 boxes for the children, and they put these things into the boxes with even greater joy. And I've been doing it this way for quite a few years now, and I think it's a really, really useful initiative. Take a look around your neighborhood. There are already plenty of such initiatives where you can help those in need. And in the meantime, I've already arrived in District 16. Here on Rakospalatai Hatarut is my favorite Christmas tree seller. Every year here, I get my Christmas tree here, and I don't know how they do it, but somehow the trees we usually buy don't really shed their needles, which is great because I don't have to vacuum all day, and you can get wonderfully beautiful trees here. But what I really, really love, and I'll show you in a moment, is that no matter what holiday it is, this little booth, or whatever you call it, is always decorated according to the occasion, like a little photo corner, and you can take pictures here. Of course, the kids love it, and I think adults do too. For anyone living in the 16th district. And now we're going to look at 2 trees. One will be chosen by my mom. She wants a tiny tree. Of course, they'll trim the base to fit the stand. So if you have a stand like that, you see it's done in a flash. And the best part is they even tried it in our stand for us since we brought it along. We're used to doing it this way. So this little tree is for my mom. And then, of course, we need to find a big tree for the living room. But I can't leave, because of the photo corner. Maybe I shouldn't even take a photo, but you'll see it on the thumbnail anyway. A wonderful photo was taken of me. But back to the trees, I don't know which type you prefer, but I really don't like the long needled ones at all, and I hardly ever see them being sold anymore. Somehow for me, the long needled ones just don't look as nice when decorated. It was so cute because he even put the little tree in the car for us, and meanwhile, I started looking around wildly here, totally getting carried away. I was checking out the trees, ran into someone I know, and I'm picking and picking, but honestly, I want bigger ones than these. Well, now I'm finally finding some bigger ones here. How does a woman measure the size of a tree? Well, she stands it up next to herself. Of course, they'll unwrap the tree for you if you want to take a look, but honestly, they'll often unwrap it themselves as soon as you pick it up. That's absolutely not a problem at this place. And in the meantime, I managed to pick out this little Nordman fir, which actually isn't that small, and they offer home delivery here, which is a really great thing. And as I promised, you can see just how devastatingly good the photo taken of me turned out. Well, here you go. See what I mean? Inhuman. Okay, I'm sure yours will turn out better. Now let's move on to our next and final activity. We picked up the kids from kindergarten and headed out to the park. I already made a video for you here, I think a week or 2 ago, when I was filming on a nice rainy day. And I said then that I would definitely bring the family here too, because this really is an amazing place. And I can already see right away that they really like it, but of course it's not just the amusement park area. Before that, Vajdahunyad Castle and the City Park are also beautifully lit up, and the ice rink is incredible, and I really, really love the Ferris wheels. Not to ride them, but I really love how they look, and in a future video you'll also see my Christmas mini village, where I'd really like to have a beautiful Ferris wheel. So anyway, we came out here and the weather is really nice right now. In the evening like this, it's really ideal for taking a walk here, and the atmosphere of this place is still amazing. So come take another look around with me. This won't be a very long segment, but at least now you'll see these rides in action, because in my long video, when I filmed the whole place, a lot of them weren't running or nobody was on them since it was pouring rain. So I think here, it's always worth coming out here, and I really hope they'll keep these things and not tear them down in January, because it's such a great little tourist attraction. Says me, who actually doesn't dare to get on any of these rides, so the only one I'd probably try is the little train for kids. As you get older, or at least I do, I find myself getting more and more afraid of these things. But there's one more thing I'd like to mention which isn't so positive. In my previous video, I really praised this, well, I don't even know what it's called, one-armed bandit or whatever it's called, but I'm sure that's not the right name. So in that video, you could see that it was relatively easy to get extra games out of it. By easy, I mean that if someone, say, used 10 tokens, they would leave with more than they started with, and I even recorded this for you on video. And now the claw was set up in such a way that it practically closed completely around the prize when I played for the extra, but it opened immediately because of the weight. And I wouldn't say it was cheap because it ran on half a token, and one token was 1,000 forints. So if you put in 10 tokens, it cost you 5,000 forints. And when I spoke to the guy, though I'm not usually like this, and let's just say he didn't even bat an eye, but there was a mom who literally said, give him 10,000 forints, just give us that Stitch plush, because her poor kid was crying next to her, and they still didn't do it. I don't like this kind of scam. So it's just not a good feeling when it's basically impossible to get a plush out of it, and apparently this is set up like this every day. And I know this for sure because there were several other toys in it, several other plushies. When I was there were Smurfs, there were also Stitches, and other types of Super Mario things. So this was a really bad experience for me. I hope you have better luck. This is the one ride I wanted to go on, but by then the kids were already tired. But honestly, if the four of us went on, that would be 12,000 forints. So as for the amusement park part itself, it's quite definitely not a cheap thing, because I really think this ride must have cost 3 tokens maybe. Who dares to get on this truly terrifying ride? Just watching it is absolutely hellish. I swear I would literally die on it. Hats off to anyone who can actually bravely get on something like this. In the next few days there will be more videos about getting ready for the upcoming Christmas, including shopping, delicious cooking, and everything else you want. Subscribe and I'll definitely see you in the next video.